Blog Talk Radio. Hello, everyone. I want to thank you all so much for tuning into Yvonne Luttrell's podcast. I am the host, Yvonne Luttrell. I have been away for a few weeks due to some things that I'm working on, along with a little vacay, but I am glad to be here today to update you all on some current news. Before I get started, for those of you that are waiting to get on the show, we will resume interviews in probably the next 2 to 3 months. I'm really not sure yet. I will definitely keep you guys updated. And when we do resume the interviews will not be every week. I did say that before, but for anyone who may have not gotten that message, I'm letting you know now the interviews will not be every week like they were in the past because it's just so overwhelming with so many people wanting to get on the show. And there are still some changes that are being made on the show. So you guys just keep on following me on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Yvonne Luttrell, and most importantly, here, and I will definitely keep you guys updated on everything. So, and remember, if you would like to be a guest on the show, if you have a show idea, advertisements, please give us a call or text. Our preferred contact method is text. We prefer that you guys do text us. So don't forget our number where you guys can reach out and contact us. It's 305 204 3371. Again, that number is 305 204 3371. Or you guys can contact us at 954 886 3543. Again, that last number is 954 886 3543. Okay, so I'm going to get into some news, but today's show is being sponsored by 729 Trucking and Tax Resource Center. Okay, so the late Pope, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, guys. The late Pop Smoke mother, she opened an interview about her son honoring his legacy, forgiveness, and she also touched on his alleged killer who was released from jail after serving a 4-year juvenile sentence for his guilty plea. And many people felt that the alleged killer made disrespectful comments about the late rapper during an interview, saying, "I'm not sorry for anything at all. It should have never happened, but a lot of niggas die every day. He was rapping about it, so I'm not sorry, but my condolences to his family." And for those of you guys that don't know, Pop Smoke, he was a rapper. He was like really just doing his thing. He was young. I'm not even sure how old he was, but yeah, he was really doing his thing. But anyway, so as back to his alleged killer, I'm not going to say the alleged killer's name because I honestly feel like he is a nobody. And also, why is anybody at all interviewing a killer? Like, is this what we come to? Like, we're interviewing killers, like a nobody killer at that. And this this is a lost, possessed, sad, and embarrassing generation. Like, if you have children and you could raise them in a private school, a Christian school, if you could raise them up in a church, please do so. please do so. Monitor, and I say this all the time, monitor their TV shows, video games, social media, and their friends. Because these kids will definitely make you shame. And yes, when I say monitor their friends. Find out who are the kids' parents. Find out the parents' background. Like, do this child come from a broken home? Are their parents in and out of jail or on drugs? Like, all of that play a part. And even though the other child can be a innocent child, just and they're innocent, they are in a fucked up environment, then most of the time they'll be fucked up too. Like, yeah, there are times where the child come out okay, but a lot of times if a child is in a home where the mother is a prostitute, the dad is a drug dealer, or maybe the dad is not around or whatever, and just the whole fucked up environment. You guys know what a fucked up environment is. So just, monitor the kids, monitor the kids' parents, at least find out who the kids' parents are, find out the type of home that that friend is living in, and then move accordingly. You can't just say, "Oh well, yeah, I feel sorry for this child. I want my child to play with this child." I mean, that's definitely fine, good, and very understandable, but a lot of times not worth it. So just be careful because again, these young people, they grow up and they will embarrass you. They're very disrespectful. And again, like I said, Sonia Mazie was fatally shot by an Illinois police officer after she called 911 to report a possible intruder in her home. There was a body cam footage that shows the Illinois deputy asking her to remove a pot of boiling water from her stove to prevent a fire. Shortly after, the deputy shot her, and he alleged that she came at him with boiling water. So most of you have seen this video. It's all over social media and the news. And for anyone that have not seen the video, you can log online and just type in Sonia Mazie's video, and you'll see it. But like I said, I'm pretty sure everybody have heard it. Like if you're watching TV, if you're a TV person, or even if you're just a person, it'll pop up on your phone. So the good news is that the officer was arrested, no bond, and he is being charged with first-degree murder. The really bad thing about this, just sad, and just fucked up, is she never came at him. So why was he so trigger happy to take her life? With all the evil, wicked people out here kidnapping, murdering, raping innocent people, you yourself, you're going to take a innocent person's life as well? And I say this all the time as well. Like, if you're so trigger happy, you want to kill somebody, go kill a murderer, someone that's kidnapping kids or raping someone or that's trying to do sex trafficking. I say that all of the time. Why are you, a police officer, so trigger happy to take someone's life? It makes no sense. Like, you are no different than the thugs out here on the streets. And if you really thought that your life was possibly, well, it wasn't even your life was not even threatened or in danger, but if you thought that she was about to do something, why not use a taser? Why shoot her? there are some wicked ass, evil ass people in this world, but please remember, I say this all the time, this is God's world. You will repay. All of your deeds will come back. So, whatever you do in life, and I say this all of the time, whatever you do, however you treat people, all of that is going to come back. So, you do good, good is going to come back. You do bad and evil, it's coming right back. Don't think that you're going to just do evil and good is going to come back. It's not going to come back. Good is not going to come back on your evil acts. I say this all the time. I live by that. And when it comes to these police officers, please remember, when it comes to these police officers, please remember Donald Trump wants to give police officers full immunity. So remember that when you vote, if you're thinking about voting, please remember that. And with that being said, that will lead us into today's topic. And today's topic is Kamala Harris versus Donald Trump. So, Kamala Harris has officially secured the required delegates to become the Democratic nominee for president, and she will face Donald Trump in the 2024 election. I would like to start off by saying I personally feel like Donald Trump is a really good businessman. I always felt that he was a good businessman. I never thought that he wasn't. And even though this is about Donald versus Kamala, I also feel like Joe Biden, I just want to say this because I said it before, Joe Biden has no idea what he is doing. I'm not saying that he is a bad person. It just seems right now as if Joe has early stages of dementia. He can't seem to remember anything, and his mind is all over the place. He just can't process his thoughts. So, you know, I just, I just had to say that, like, things happen, and this is about politics. But now, though, back to Donald. Now that Donald Trump has been speaking publicly, I don't think he is a good fit for president. The president of the United States needs to be someone who honors God, fears God, has morals, great character, integrity, someone who is not full of hate. And I definitely feel like, he's just full of hate, and I don't think that he is a good role model. I don't think that he is a good fit to run a country. He's really embarrassing. So Donald Trump, he is a senior citizen, and any senior citizen that has the mindset of a child, he definitely has a mindset of a child. And if you have a mindset of a child, like he does, you do not need to be the leader of a country. The leader of a country, that is like a huge thing. And this is the thing. This is how I feel about Republicans. Okay, so Republicans, they are pro-life. They believe that marriage should only be between a man and a woman. And those are some of my beliefs as well. I definitely believe that marriage should only be between a man and a woman. Anything else, it's fake. It's fake. It's not real. God does not honor it. So you can say what you want to say. God does not honor that. And, you can't read the Bible. And yes, we're talking about politics, but we're also talking about morals and the Word of God. And the Word of God is a man and a woman come together and they have, you know, they can have kids. They can marry and they can have kids. So I just really want to say that, like, if you are a gay couple and you're listening and you think that you are married to the same partner, God does not honor that. We say, oh, a sin is a sin. A sin can be a sin, but that's abomination. That is not just a sin; it's an abomination. Two men, and I said this before, two men cannot come together and have children. Neither can two women. So, I mean, if you want to make it make sense, everybody's on this. Oh, make it make sense. Well, make it make sense. A man and a woman has, come together and they can have kids. If two women or two men, hey, let's have a family. Let's raise a family. Okay, they can't do it with each other. They need the opposite sex. So I'm definitely against gay marriage. I'm against the whole LGBTQ. Like I said before, I don't hate them. I don't hate that community. I don't agree with the community. But I definitely, I don't hate it. So, with that being said, I did switch to being a Republican, and I definitely feel like I should have switched to just independent because both Republicans and Democrats, honestly, both of them are full of shit. But since we are talking about the gay marriage, or since I'm talking about it, I do feel like Obama, Barack Obama, should have never allowed gay marriages. So I'm not going to just leave him out of it because, he allowed it. And I definitely feel like that was something that he should have never allowed, and that's gay marriage. But besides that, that is a really big thing. So I'm definitely against that. But was he a bad president? No, he was not. You can say what you want to say. One thing about him, even though he definitely made a bad decision with allowing the LGBT community to marry, he always remained professional. He was never out of character. He never disrespected anyone. Even if he didn't like a question, he answered it without name calling. And that's very important. The President of the United States is not supposed to be name calling. Anyone who is trying to be president should not be name calling. Donald Trump was calling Kamala a bum. Like, what is, do you know the definition of a bomb? Like, you can't call somebody out of their name because you don't like them or they're running against you or their beliefs are different from yours. That's really childish. And the problem with a lot of Republicans is they like to bully people. If someone doesn't agree with who they are voting for, they have a problem with them. They want to bully them. You can't go around bullying people because they are not voting for the same person that you are. You can't go making up all these fake bot accounts and try to bully people off of these bot accounts. People say that they're voting for Kamala, then you have all these fake bot accounts that's trying to bully these Democrats. And you can't do that, So um, that's one thing that I don't like about most Republicans, not all Republicans, but a lot of Republicans, they have that bullying in them. You got to stop that. People are grown. People are going to make their own choice. You can't even control your kids these days. And I'm just speaking in general. People can't even control their kids. How are you going to control grown people? So, that's just great. It's just crazy and ignorant. And Donald Trump, he was targeted by a Republican. Now, what triggered that? And I have no idea. And I'm talking about the attempted assassination that was on him. So they say. I really don't know what happened, but regardless, the kid got arrested. No, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry about that. The kid, he didn't get arrested. The kid, he got killed for the attempted assassination. Like, I'm just like really not even thinking straight. But either way, that child was a Republican. So that's what I'm saying. Like, where did he get this behavior from? Yeah, he was 20 or 21, but he's a kid. These kids in their 20s, they're embarrassing. And I say that all the time. Not all of them, but a lot of these young people in their 20s, I just call them kids because basically they are. They're so childish. But either way, he was a Republican, and the point is, like I said, a lot of these Republicans, they bully people. They just go too far, and that's the main thing. They just go too far. But again, whether you vote blue or red, I'm going to say it again. Both Democrats and Republicans, both of them are full of shit. So, pick your sides or don't pick any. And like I said, I should have just changed to independent, and I believe that's what I'm going to do. Most likely I'm going to do. But you have to focus on who is less evil. You have to do your own research. So I'm not telling anybody who to vote for, what to do, but you definitely need to do your own research. So most of you have probably heard about Project 2025. The director of Project 2025, Paul Dan, he has stepped down. Again, like I said, just do your own research on it. I started researching it myself, and it's really crazy. So, and that's basically all Donald Trump. So remember, guys, Project 2025, I'm pretty sure you know now to do your own research. But what is crazy is a convicted felon cannot vote, but a convicted felon can run for president. Make that make sense. Make it make sense. It doesn't make any sense. Donald Trump wants to keep power. He wants dictatorship. He already said it. He had the nerve to say the other day to the Christians, I love you, Christians. Vote, go out and vote. I love you, Christians, but I'm not a Christian. You won't have to vote anymore. We're going to get this fixed. Like, what do you mean you're going to get what fixed? We don't have to vote anymore, which means he wants to remove democracy. His plan is to never leave at the end of his term. So he also asked a crowd of idiots, because I feel like the people that go see him are idiots. So he asked a crowd of idiots, would you rather have a black president or a white president? How about we don't want a racist, stupid president? How about that? Let's just start from there. Like, what type of question is that? So this is the thing I'm saying. Like, that's why I said you guys can say whatever you want about Obama. Like, he's not going to ask anyone, hey, do you want the white guy or do you want the black guy? I want the guy that has some sense. Leave race out of it. It's crazy. He picked Donald Trump. He picked an idiot as his VP, J.D. Vance. And J.D. Vance made a dumb statement about childless cat ladies, about women without children like myself. But Okay, now this is the crazy thing. Now he was really trying to target Kamala for her not having kids and for her having two stepchildren. But you guys, you can again do your own research. Our very first president of the United States, George Washington, he didn't have kids. He had stepkids, two stepkids, just like Kamala. I don't have kids, and neither do I want them. Cute babies can turn out to out of control teenagers. And I said it before, I'm saying it again. Cute babies, little cute babies, oh, you're so cute. They turn out to out of control teenagers. Out of control teenagers, like, can you believe what the fuck this mother, this motherfucker did today? Can you believe this little fucker cursed out the teacher? Can you believe this fucker blew up the school? Like, so think about that, and then this is the thing. He wanna JD. He wanna target women with no children, but what about the men who leave these? Okay, well, let me back it up. Let's focus on the women with children. And what about the men who leave these women? So again, we're talking about women who have kids, and you have men who leave these women. They have kids all over the place. They don't care. They don't take care of their kids. Some of the kids don't know who their dads is. So what do you have to say about the men who father children but are not present in their kids' lives? What about that? And from my understanding, JD came from a broken home. So like, that's what I'm saying. Like when you talk, you got to make sure you know exactly what you're talking about. Like, okay, so me, I didn't come from a broken home. I came from a good family. My mom and my dad were married, had together, had 9 children. I come from a good family, but I'm the only one of the kids. I'm the very last, but I'm the only one of the kids that don't have children. And crazy, I'm not a harm to society. I'm not a sociopath. I'm not, anything that he said. I'm not any of those things. And I decided not to have kids by choice. And then I don't even have a uterus anymore. I had a hysterectomy, and the doctor did say to me when I was going to have the hysterectomy, like, are you sure? Because I did have fibroids. I'm like, no, I don't want this. I don't want a uterus. Get this out of me. And even though he did leave the ovaries in case I decide to get a surrogate or anything like that, no. I wanted him to take the ovaries out as well, but he did not take them out. But the thing is, like, you have to be careful with statements that you make. And so you want to focus on women, but again, like, you got to focus on the men. You're talking about women without kids, but what about the men with kids that are not present in those kids' life? Men that have kids all over the place. That's just, it's crazy to even make a comment like that. So I just really feel like Donald Trump, it, again, like I said, I don't feel like he is a good president. I don't feel like he would be a good president. And I feel like he picked a terrible VP. And so also, Donald Trump, he wants to focus on police immunity. Now remember that. He want to focus on police immunity. Um, he want police immunity. He want police immunity in a time where police officers are still murdering people for the color of their skin. So that's turning race against race, turning the communities against the police officers. You really have to think about that. I mean, that's just definitely a terrible thing. A terrible thing. Police immunity is not safe for the good police officers out there, because if police officers are allowed to go around taking people's lives just because, imagine what so many people in so many communities will do to these police officers and police stations all around the world. We should not be going backwards. We should not be thinking about hate. And it's again, like I said, it's just it's really it's a scary time. It's really a scary time, and you would think that we would be past this. We would be past race. Like me myself, I'm not a racist. I don't hate any nationality or anyone based on their race or anything like that. And we should not be we should not be there. We should not be hating people because of the color of their skin. And even though you have racist people in every color, I do feel like it's worse with a lot of white people. And I'm saying that because it's true. And it's just really sad, and it really needs to stop. It just has to stop. We're not going backwards. We are not going backwards. And Donald Trump, again, like I said, I really definitely feel like he is very unfit. And I think like what Obama, I just honestly feel like everything you guys expected from a black man. You don't want a lot of racist white people, they feel like white people, that white is better, white is superior, and it's not. It is definitely not. And everything that you expected from a black man, you got that in Donald Trump. Everything, just in case you guys did not hear me, everything that you expected from a black man, you got that in Donald Trump. He's a convicted felon, multiple baby mamas, accused of rape, grabbing women by the pussy. He married a porn star. He's ignorant. Anything comes out of his mouth. He's evil. He's hateful. He's a disgrace. I can go on and on. But I definitely want to leave you guys with this. This is not a black man's world. This is not a black man's world. This is not a white man's world. This is not a white man's world. This is not a Chinese man's world. This is no man's world. This is God's world. Hear me and hear me clearly. This is God's world. You guys can vote for whoever you want to in November. I'm not sure if I'm voting. I'm just, like I have to see. So I'm not saying that I'm going to vote for Kamala. I'm not saying that I'm going to vote for her, but I am definitely saying that I'm very disappointed in Donald Trump's speeches and his behavior, just the way he's acting. And I was really considering voting for him. Just looking, at his behavior, I can't believe it. I feel like he should be embarrassed because he's an embarrassment. He's a disgrace. So, again, no matter who is president, remember this, no matter who is president, Jesus is king. Every knee will bow down and every tongue will confess that Jesus is Lord. That does it for us. Thanks so much for tuning in, and please stay tuned for our next episode. Have a good night or good morning, everybody. Oh, it's Wednesday. It's early Wednesday morning. It's 4:15 in the morning.
Trends may come and go, but clear vision will always be in style. So for the first day of school, start your kids off with fresh new glasses so they're feeling good and seeing great. Just visit pearlvision.com to schedule an eye exam and get free lenses for kids. Pearl Vision works with all major vision plans, including iMed and BSP. Valid prescription required. Valid at participating locations. Restrictions apply. Taxes extra. See store for details. Ends August 31st, 24. Exams available at the independent doctors of optometry at or next to Pearl Vision. Some doctors employed by Pearl Vision.
When you donate at Octapharma Plasma, you're earning additional income to pay for life's little moments of magic, like taking your kids to see a game, trying a new hobby, or enjoying a much-needed weekend getaway. And when you donate at Octapharma Plasma, you're also giving plasma patients the chance to live a better life. We call that Plasmagic, the ability to help yourself while helping others. And you can experience it at Octapharma Plasma. Find out how at plasmagic.com.